Okay, so today is September 5th. Your title is Element Identity. Today I am identifying elements so that I can be able to identify an element based on its number of protons. I'll know I got it if I can identify all six examples correctly. Homework if you do not finish your journal, which there should be no reason you do not. So, I would like you to take a second and review from yesterday the questions on the board. How do protons, neutrons, and electrons differ in charges, location, and masses? You can create a chart just like we did at the end yesterday. Which part of the atom is the densest and why? Which part of the atom takes up the most space and why. So pause the video now to go ahead and answer the questions. When everyone is ready, you may then continue. So here are your answers. So your protons are P positive in the nucleus and they're 1 AMU. Neutrons are neutral or no charge, and they are in the nucleus 1 AMU. Electrons are E negative, so they're negative. They're in the electron cloud, and they're less than 1 AMU. So again, if you put 0.00055, that is correct as well. Which part of the atom is the densest and why? The densest part of the atom is the nucleus because the protons and neutrons are tightly packed and have all the mass. Which part of the atom takes up the most space and why? The electron cloud takes up the most space, which is the largest volume, because the electron cloud is 100,000 times larger than the nucleus. And remember, electrons have nearly no mass whatsoever. It is so small, it's not even included in the atomic mass. Okay, so now I want you to go ahead and get a highlighter. If you have your own, get one. If not, you may borrow from mine. Do it nice and quietly. Do not cause a ruckus. The teacher will pause it until everybody is ready. Determining an identity of an element. Each element on the periodic table is made of only one kind of atom. The number of protons determines the element's identity. And if you see here, I put like your DNA. No two people are the same. I don't even care if you're twins. Even twins have separate DNA. That is what protons is to every element. No two elements never, ever, 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 ever will have the same number of protons. The protons only go with that element. The number of protons is represented by the atomic number. By interpreting the information on the periodic table, you can find the number of subatomic particles, which remember is protons, neutrons, and electrons, in an atom of a given element. So here is what fluorine looks on the periodic table. And if you want to go ahead and get yours out, you may do so. And you can see that this is exactly what your fluorine looks like. So the atomic number is always going to be the whole number on the top. Then you have the element symbol. Remember yesterday we learned ape. A is equal to P, which is equal to E. So atomic number is equal to the number of protons, which is equal to the number of electrons. The element symbol is a capital letter. First letter always has to be capital. The next is your atomic mass, which you have to round to determine your mass number. So if you look at fluorine, it is 18.998, and if you round that to the nearest whole number, it will be 19. So you're always going to round the atomic mass to the whole number, and then you have your element name. Chemical symbols are used to represent each element found on the periodic table. The chemical symbol for each element is a shorthand method of writing the name. Rules for writing chemical symbols. The symbol always begins with a capital letter. If there is a second or third letter, it is written in lowercase. Periods are not used at the end of a symbol. So again, remember, A is equal to P, which is equal to E. I want you to use the models on the next page to complete the table. So right here, these are the models. This is model 1, this is model 2, this is model 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. So use these models and fill in this chart. You are going to need your periodic table. You need to look on the periodic table for the element name and the element symbol. Pause the video now until everyone is done. Your substitute teacher has the answers and we'll go over to make sure everybody is correct when everyone is done. Okay, now I want you to go to the concept map, but before that, we should have this filled out. Remember, the number of protons always equals the atomic number. So if you know the number of protons, you know the atomic number. If you know the atomic number, which is on the periodic table, you will always know the number of protons. And all you have to do is use that number to get the name and the symbol. All right, so let's go to our concept map. You are now going to complete this concept map. Here are your words, and you are going to fill them in. Remember, what is this whole thing going over? Idea we are doing. That is going to go here. Then these two blanks are going to be your parts. Remember, we have two parts. Then here, this line of 3 is we have 3 subatomic particles. And lastly, this is the charge. These are the charges. So you should be able to answer this. Again, pause the video until everybody is done and the substitute teacher should have the correct answers and will give it to you to make sure you are right. Now that you are finished, you may work on your vocabulary words. You can work on your bell work, or you can work quietly on AM or AR if the substitute lets you get out. If you do not have time for this, make sure that your journal is completed and it will be checked when I get back tomorrow. So I will check your chart from Tuesday, your summary from Tuesday, and I am going to check that this journal is completed. All right, thank you guys and hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.